What's everybody? What's up, everybody? How you doing? This is BNN, aka Infomaniacs. I'm here to drop a little news for y'all. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat, making comments. Shout out to my man Brooklyn, who's here with me. My man Skull Playlister, and
Hello.
also I see Truth Diva in the house. Shout out to you. Um, We here today to spearhead my new show. I ain't been here for a hot minute, so I'm just here, putting it together with the cast of the Brooklyn and Core Cutters here to support me and whatnot. And we're gonna start today by talking about a couple of things that's going on in the tech and streaming world, also the gaming world, and maybe a little bit of current events. But before I do that, I'd like to introduce the people that's with me. My man right there with the American flag and the skulls, my man Skull Playlisting. Introduce yourself.
Hello, guys. Just a person that works on computers, play around, do all sorts of different stuff. I'm all over the place.
I also like to introduce my big homie, the big homie of the real big homies, my man Brooklyn Core Cutters. Introduce yourself, Playboy.
What's up, everybody? For those who don't know me, my name is Brooklyn Core Cutters, and I'm here today to support my brother King. So make sure y'all smash those likes, those thumbs up, and I want to give a shout out to True Diva. I see Tim Windsor. We appreciate y'all support. I see my lovely wife Jazzy. I'm glad to see everybody coming to check out my boy King. So y'all sit back and enjoy. He got his new thing going on, man. Let's show him some support and let's give him them thumbs up, y'all.
I appreciate that, BK. Appreciate that, Skull Playlister. Shout out to Jazz. Shout out to my homie Tim Windsor, and shout out to True. You already know. Anybody else in the chat, I appreciate the love and the support. Well, today we talking about different subjects of today, and Roku has been doing a thing today, and I checked it out, and I was seeing that they got a new fall collection. They have dropping a new update on their app. The new app is they just dropped out into the ecosystem, and it looks real good. So those that don't know that Roku has have a new app update, and I think y'all really need to check that out. It's amazing the things that they are doing to improve on Roku. They've been a blessing as far as the technology side of things, and for all us out here that like to stream. So make sure you check their new update. Also, they have dropped a new device, and we all into devices and stuff, and they have a new Roku Express, and the price point is at $29.99. And I think it's a fair price, but it's not 4K. It's a downgrade from the other Roku Express, and it's a 1080p. There's rumors of it having to have more storage in it and faster components to make it better, but it is 1080p. Most of us, that deal with the devices that we have usually go for the 4K, being that a lot of us own 4K TVs and whatnot. So, but this is a new device to be in the budget. I guess it's like in competition with the Fire Stick Lite. So, that's something that you could check out. And you know, I just like to know what people think in the comments about them dropping a Fire Stick Lite comparison at 1080p, and the price point is $29.99. And Roku's always been good to us. So I mean, I would like any questions y'all want to make, and if Skull Playlist or Brooklyn want to chat in about that, how you feel about that device, bro, or brothers?
We talking about the Roku stick?
Yeah, the Roku. Yeah, they have the Roku Lite.
Roku Light. Do I have that stick? I think I have that Roku Light stick. That's something new, or I have a Roku stick.
Yeah, they have a new one out. They
They
have a
have a
new
new one
device.
out. I
Yeah,
haven't
a
seen
new
it.
Express. The first Express is 4K.
Yeah, I
They just
always
released a
like.
new one.
Yeah, I always like
Yeah.
Roku, man. Roku is a good device to have. Especially if you got a lot of streaming apps and whatnot. That's what this is about, streaming. You see what I'm saying? And I like to put my BT, my Hulu, my Netflix and stuff like that on those type of apps. I think it's a good thing. I like those type of devices. I might try it out when it come out. What you think, Playlister?
Whatever people like, it's their personal preference.
Yeah,
On
I just
that.
yeah, I just think Roku does a wonderful job. But Playlister, how do you feel about Roku devices and as a
Uh,
whole?
it's like this. Every time you turn around, when things as apps grow, things gets bigger, and every time you turn around, when they want you to update and stuff like that, you're gonna go buy another one. That's might as well just get an Android box. That's like how my thoughts on that. Now, it may differ from what other people may think. It's their personal preference.
Okay, well, at the end of the day, I believe that Roku is a good brand. I mean, a lot of us is. I mean, it's definitely a streaming box. It offers a lot, and you know, I appreciate it. Everybody can't pay for an Android box, so maybe this is a cheaper price point for people to get in. And they releasing it. I think is it released? Um, no, it hasn't been released yet. It's almost being released around the 13th of October. And then other retailer, Walmart is releasing it first on the 13th, and then other retailers is release it after the 16th. So Walmart will be the first people to release it, and then it gets released on the 16th. So I think it's good. I mean, I guess it's something that's right before Black Friday. So for people that like small devices and are in a Roku streaming ecosystem, I think
Yeah.
they appreciate it.
I'm into Roku. I have all the Roku devices. I have the boxes. I have the stick. I have the sound bars. I have all those. I love Roku. You understand? Jazzy have a Roku. You understand? Roku's is great devices. I like me. I test out all type of devices, King. I'm not just a one box person. I check everything out. You understand what I'm saying? I have multiple devices and the Roku's are nice. Y'all seen it. Y'all look on my page. Y'all see I have the Roku devices too, King. I like them. I like the Roku devices.
Yeah, I like them a lot also.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
like Roku.
a lot of us that's on this panel and a lot of people in the chat, they have multiple devices. But Roku for what they have done over the years, they really stick out with adding multiple streaming service on there. And,
Right,
and
but
you
did
know,
they? But let me ask you a question. But did they add anything other than what they already have on it?
well,
Like as
what
far as it's going to be is it going to be an open source this time around, or is it going to be the same as the way it was before? Do you know?
Well, I think we all know that they closed ecosystem, something similar to Apple, but at the end of the day, they there's always ways to go around it. They
Yeah,
even
but
have their
what's going to
own.
make it
Hmm.
different? What's going to make it different than the other one that they have?
Well, it's rumored that it's supposed to have more storage in it. The
More
storage was
storage.
the more store the storage wasn't confirmed, but they said it's definitely more storage than the previous Express.
Okay,
So
so
yeah,
all these Roku lovers they would like that then.
absolutely.
Anybody that's into Rokos and stuff like that. The more storage, the more storage, the better. I definitely would look into it for sure, for sure.
Yeah. I
Great
mean,
information, King.
right. How you
Yeah.
feel about that Skull Playlister? About more storage and I think they said something it's supposed to be
I
faster.
advocate for more storage. That's for sure. I won't touch a device under like 2 gig 16 or 2 gig 8. That's just me. My personal preference. It's just what
Right.
it is. But I also heard that Android, like some of the Android, like the new stuff that the Android's trying to do is they're trying to make their boxes defaulted at 2 gig 16 now. like everything's going to start coming out to 2 gig 16. Your thoughts on that, Webb?
Yeah, I think nowadays 2 gig 16 should be the standard. I mean, we was dealing with the Fire Stick with 1 gigs for what since 2015. So I think it's only right that the devices create step up in gigs and step up in storage.
Yeah, but
I
let me
mean,
explain something to y'all too, right? A lot of these new devices that's coming out, that's 1 gig, 8 gig, their processors is more faster than a box that's 2 gig, 16 gig. So it's all depend on the firmware that's in the devices nowadays. The firmware that's in the devices nowadays is more efficient than the ones back in the days. So you can get a 1 gig, 8 gig, and it'll run more efficient than a old 216.
you're absolutely right.
So
Because I,
don't
I
sleep on
actually
that. Yeah.
absolutely you because I've noticed that I have a Google TV.
Yeah.
Um, the $50 ones, the white ones that I
Right.
think you have one, Brooklyn.
Yeah,
I
I
have
got one.
one, and that's a 1 gig. But the
Right.
speed of that processor is efficient and
Yeah, that's what I'm
effective.
saying.
So
You
you
know, you gotta
absolutely right on that.
yeah, you gotta look into that. And that's
Right.
why I said I don't really go off of we used to go off of that back in the days, but now I go off of performance now. You know, I
Absolutely.
don't look at it no more as I gotta have a 432 or whatever. I look at the latest firmware that's on the device that's gonna make the device run properly. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? To run faster. You get a new firmware on a device, it's gonna run faster than you have a box that's an old generation with more RAM and stuff in it. It's gonna run more efficient, bro. You know,
Right.
um, you got to make sure that you check out the firmware that the box is running with. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, is really how many apps do you really need on the box? The storage is okay, but nowadays you don't need all that nowadays.
Actually, now here's what I'm my sayings on this whole subject matter. When you get updates, you you gonna you, you're gonna need RAM. You're gonna need storage space. Not always that's gonna go across the board. Over time, that's gonna wear out on certain things. You buy more RAM when certain things go and slow down your computer. You buy a hard drive when you run out of storage space. Might as well have a box like that. And there is some good boxes out there with this efficient processor speeds in that too.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. See, that's where it comes in personal preference. You 100% right, playlist. I agree with that. So that's why I say, you got to look around for what's best for you. Personal preference. Yeah, personal preference. Because you see how all of us have different opinions on what we look for. And everybody made a valuable point. You know,
Right.
uh, yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's good to have different points on different things and have different opinions on different devices because I'm gonna take a page out of your book, BK. What you like, I might not like, and what I like, you might like.
That's
So,
right,
or
absolutely.
vice versa, however the cards get shuffled.
Yeah,
So,
personal preference.
okay. So, staying on Roku, they released a new wireless subwoofer that's coming out, and it's priced at 129.99. It's a better version than the other subwoofer that they offered with the sound bar, and it's wireless. The only thing you got to do is plug it up, and it's available November 7th. So for all of those that have Roku devices and they want to sync their device to the sound bar, or may have the sound bar with the Roku in it, there's a subwoofer that's available for you. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Roku has always had a decent price point, So how you feel about them offering the new upgraded version of their subwoofer?
Um,
Well, yeah, yeah, playlist.
I was gonna say, what all does the subwoofer do? Just add to it, or do they got some sort of apps? What can you do with the subwoofer? I mean, what all can the subwoofer do?
Well, the subwoofer is basically like a part of the base
Yeah,
of the
Jazzy has
device. Yeah.
Jazzy have the whole Roku subwoofer plus the soundbar. You know, it enhances the quality of your entertainment. You know,
Want to know
and
what?
they coming out with a new one. You saying that if you already have a Roku bar, you can add the sub to the bar or the box. Which one you talking about, King?
Well, the subwoofers. Well, you can add the subwoofer to the bar. It's sold separately, actually,
Yeah, but I know
but it's
that's what Jazzy has. She has
yeah.
that. She
Well,
bought
this
the
is a new.
sound
Yeah, this is actually supposed to be a new upgrade, and the release
bar.
is November 7th.
We have any information on it? Like
Uh,
what is it? What is it? Like I'm trying to see what is different from the new versions and the old versions.
well,
That's
You know what I'm saying?
it's supposed to be better decibels than the
No.
older one.
that's
It's an
kind of like what
upgrade.
Brooklyn. That's how
Yeah.
what Brooklyn was saying is kind of like how I was wondering about the subwoofer. I mean, what's the difference? And yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, they coming out with new stuff, but you know, I really got to see if it's the same. If it's the same of what they've been given, or they just saying it's new. But that's something to be told, King. That great information, though, bro. You know, great information, man. You know, I'm glad that you on board, man. You're doing these shows that give me a chance to sit back, man, and elaborate sometime. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm glad to have you on board, man. You know, bringing the knowledge to the people and stuff like that, man. Thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
sword sharpens sword. And
Hmm.
I appreciate you putting me in on the team from the beginning. And after you be underneath the umbrella of the family, it's only right that we branch off and still connect and then form like Voltron.
Yeah,
You
that's right.
know,
That's what family's for, man. You understand what I'm
right?
saying? I'm glad to be a part of this. I'm glad to sit back and I can elaborate now instead of having to, you know, be on the live show and carry the show and stuff like that. It feels good to sit back and elaborate. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So now I can get to see everybody's different opinions on things. See?
Yeah. I mean, we all adding a new twist. Is like we got the ladies. They do the
True crime.
the Sundays and with the the missing and all that, which was a wonderful, beautiful twist. I
Yeah, I see
salute
the
the
family.
ladies, so lovely. And we add Tech Talk, which is a pinnacle to the team, as well as what the ladies do. And I'm just trying to add another flavor to the game as far as doing the news and just stretching the wings of this team and the family because we
I
are
like this
family.
though, King. I like this. I hope you keep this up, man. And Tim Windsor, we appreciate you. You know, you definitely part of the family. I see your comment out there.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. You know, you definitely family here. Everybody that's in here, family. Everybody that's watching is family. That's why this is the King Web show. But that's why I named it Brooklyn in the Family because we all family. This is just another part of the family. You understand? But we all still family at the end of the day. You
That's right.
know, good information, King. Keep it up, bro. I like
And
this.
I like thank you, BK. And I like to shout out Tim Whistler. He always been a heavy supporter of the family and the crew and the people and the things that we do. So I like to salute you, for sure for being there all the times when there was nobody there. So,
Yeah,
shout out to
absolutely.
you. Shout
Absolutely.
out to you. You
Yeah.
know,
And shout out to everybody in the bushes.
that's right.
We see y'all in the bushes.
Thank you, True Diva. I appreciate
Yep,
it.
true. Yup, true. Out there.
You know, and as well, like I said, the subwoofer is out November 7th. and it'll be out. The price point I said is $129.99. So you could check it out. It's on their page. You can see what it is,
Yeah, I'm gonna check
and
it out.
yeah, and you can make the differential from the older model. It said it's
Mhm.
supposed to be the upgrade. So I mean, we all consumers and we
Yeah.
all want what's best. So we'll see what it is.
So you saying it should give you more decibels, more sound, better sound quality,
Right.
more deeper bass and stuff. I see Jackie
Absolutely.
said she love her. She said her Roku is fantastic. You know, yeah, Roku is nice. I like Roku, y'all.
I like right Roku too. I
I like
mean,
Roku. I like all type of devices. I don't discriminate on no device.
yeah, they
I
did
love
their thing.
everything. Huh?
Yeah, Roku does their thing.
Yes, they do.
A lot of streaming services wouldn't gravitate towards it if it wasn't nothing, and they came from the bottom, and they
Exactly.
put it together, and they became a little dog, and now they're a big dog because a lot of streaming companies tried to bully them because they wanted some more of the cake. When Roku first started, a lot of companies, unbeknownst to a lot of people, a lot of companies didn't really give them an offering like that they want. They didn't give them a big slice of the cake.
Right.
When you do these deals, it's usually like a 70-30 for the company and 30 for the one that's trying to get in on it.
Right.
Roku, it was going the other way around.
Right.
So the whole debacle that we had about a year ago, I'm gonna say, or a year and a half ago with HBO Max
Right.
and not Apple. Apple wanted to get in because they was trying to push their brand all over Apple
Right.
TV and Disney Plus.
Right.
They were
Wasn't
really
there?
active. Pardon me.
Hey, well, wasn't there a YouTube? Wasn't there a YouTube debacle from for the Roku thing too on the
Absolutely.
subject? Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna add that too, but thank you for coming in and dropping that in there. This is what people's is for. And same thing. And they wanted to try to bully their way on, and Roku wasn't having it because they understood the brand name that they also had and what they added to the game. And they told them, look, you got to pay the way. And that was it. And a lot of them they fell in line. So to see something like that happen in the industry is a beautiful thing. Because at the end of the day, when you first coming out and people want to bully you and you build yourself up, now you be able to call the shots.
Right.
You'll be able to see who's who and measure the market because now you're a big brand name, you
Right.
know, and
Right.
that's a beautiful thing, for real. And it is all love. It's all love.
Yeah, I like the Roku. I like the Apple TV. I have all of them. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
I
have
have
yet
the
to get an
Apple
Apple
TV.
TV.
Yeah, I have the Apple TV. I have three Apple TV boxes.
Nice,
I like Apple TV. I like Roku. I like the Shield. I like everything, man. I don't discriminate on no devices, bro. I like them all, man. I've been playing around with all my boxes all the time. You know,
nice.
yeah, all the time. This is what we do, King.
All day, every day. We here for this. Like I said, this is
See,
another chapter in the game, and we just we do tech talk, we do gaming, we do streaming news, we do current events.
yeah.
You know,
You know what I like
so
about this show? This show is covering like behind the scenes to me. This is what we do behind the scenes. So now
absolutely,
people get a chance to see what we talk about behind the scenes. So now instead of us talking about it behind the scenes, they get the chance to see how we feel about certain devices up front and not behind the scenes. So
absolutely.
kudos to you, bro. I like this.
I appreciate it. I just wanted to add a new spin. How you feel about his playlist?
Whatever you do, whatever we are at, I support. I'm sitting here on the panel.
You
Support is
already
support.
know.
I
And
like
it's
this though because people get a chance to really see what we talk about behind the scenes because this is what we do behind the scenes. You know,
absolutely for
we
real.
talk
I
about
mean,
these things behind the scenes. So to bring it to the forefront, that's another plus for the community, man. Smack those thumbs up, man, for King Webb and the family, yo.
I appreciate it. I love all the support, and like I said, I'm gonna keep improving and doing my job. I'm new. I'm not new to this, but I'm new to this, and I'm trying to put it together for the faithful, for the people that are associates and friends of mine. Because I hate to say followers and fans. I like to say associates and friends of mine.
Now this
So
is good, King. Keep
I
it up,
appreciate
bro.
everything.
Keep it up.
No,
This is what's up. I like
no
this.
doubt, no doubt. And some more news. I would like to talk about another great app. Since we talking about Pluto, I mean, I would especially be talking about Roku. Pluto has also added 7 new channels to that ever growing service of multiple channels that they add. God bless Pluto. They have done a wonderful job of putting it together and doing things. And they have added 7 new channels. And some of the channels they add, I think a lot of y'all like. I think one thing about Pluto, they really grasp the retro part of entertainment and media. And I appreciate Pluto for that because some of the things that everybody can't duplex, some people can't do Embly. Some of us are not in tune and technically sound to do these things, but to have a venue or avenue to watch these things on free TV on an app is a beautiful thing. So I would like to list the 7 new channels that Pluto has listed for us. One of them is called the 2000 replays, and it's a channel that deals with nothing but anything or any show or whatever that came out 2000 into now. Not anything after 99 and down, but 2000 and up. So I think that's a nice app for those, the millennials that didn't see back in the days, but they want to embrace what they got going on now in the 2000s. So that's a beautiful channel for the millennials. Also, there is the Ed Sullivan Show for all the OGs in here, and I'm quite sure we got a lot of OGs in here. And everybody knows Ed Sullivan from back in the days. He been going strong for 20 plus years. Comedic things, and also live shows. When you first saw Michael Jackson perform and James Brown and all these other artists and other comedians that might have pertain and performing at Ed Sullivan show. So that's one of the shows that's on there also. So another show that they have that's on the Pluto app is CSI Miami. And all you big fans of CSI Miami, I think you'll get a kick out of it. It's 24 hours. They're running all the episodes. So anything you might have missed from CSI Miami, you'll get to view it on Pluto. Also, a CSI is CSI New York, my hometown. You know what I mean? Brooklyn, New York, native, like my guy BK, the big homie. You also get to see many shows of CSI New York. So those are something you could keep your eye on. Also, you got 60 Minutes, and of course, one of the most famous newscasting shows from back in the days is 60 Minutes, and that's premiering on Pluto TV too. Everybody knows 60 Minutes from back in the days with Walter Cronkite and all the rest of them on there. So they also have a channel on that, and that's something that you should keep your eye on. If you're missing things from back in the days and exclusive interviews that a lot of us used to see from back in the days or might even miss. So you could go on Pluto TV and check that out immediately right now. Also, they have for all you Hallmark movie people, because Hallmark was on cable and everybody was big into Hallmark, especially me. I was Hallmark mostly for the Christmas stuff, but you can check out Hallmark movies and more. That's the name of the channel, Hallmark Movies and More, and you can check that out. And for the ladies and some of us men, but especially the ladies, they having and releasing a Rachel Ray all TV shows, all episodes on Pluto. This is the last one that's on there that they putting on number 7, a Rachel Ray show. And everybody knows Rachel Ray. Everybody knows Oprah Winfrey gave her a shot and she became a megastar in her own right. So those are the 7 shows on Pluto that we all could check out and see what it is. This is everything on Pluto. There's something for everybody, and I know everybody might not like some things, but there's some things that's for everybody. And I believe that Pluto's providing an excellent and exceptional platform for a lot of these things to be shown. You know what I mean?
Shout out to you, King, man, for bringing this information to the forefront, because this is what we need in the community. People need to know where they can find free stuff at. You know, I don't want people to think that everything is paid, whatever. Pluto is a great device. I mean, a great app, that you can
Right.
watch content from. So, King, man, yo, keep this up, bro. Kudos to you, bro, for bringing this information to the forefront because
Yeah.
this is what we need. We need something like this in the community where people can come and know what's out there for them. Rather you have money or not. Yeah, King, I like this, bro. Keep it up.
I appreciate it. And how you feel about Pluto? What's your view of Pluto and them keeping adding on different stuff? Skull playlister.
I think they. I don't really watch Pluto, but it's great to have if someone needs it for a backup.
Yeah, I believe so too. And I'm a big advocate of Pluto. No, every device I have, I make sure I add Pluto. It's something that I enjoy. Sometimes you come in the house, whether you partying or whether you had a hard day at work and you coming in and you don't know what you want to see, you could go straight to Pluto. You could go down the line and you might say, "Oh, damn, I remember that from back in the days. Maybe let me go check that out." One day I came in and I seen they had a science fiction show that I watched back in the days. It was called 1999. For all those that remember 1999, I'm telling my age, but it's cool. And I really appreciate them showing that. Could I got the content myself? Of course, we cord cutters. But at the same thing, if you want to show me something very accessible, I love it. And I'm always gonna gravitate to something free and accessible. And that's the main thing when you're dealing with cord cutting,
Yeah,
you know, or you go get the content yourself.
yeah.
Are we advocating that? Not really, but at the same time, there's ways that you could do things to make sure that you have a nice library of things or you watch some free things. There's some great apps out there you could pay for, HBO Max, Netflix, and what have you. But when you get free, like Zamu, Crackle, Tubi, Pluto, Freebie TV that's on Amazon on the Fire Stick box. I gravitate towards those because sometimes they have content on there that you forgot that you wanted to download, or you forgot that you wanted to put in your list, or you forgot you wanted to put in your NAS or your hard drive, and you could check those out, and they give you a great idea. But free is always good as long as they keeping it coming. I'm gonna always be there, and I'm gonna advocate for it.
Those are legit apps too, though, because everybody I see them advertising Pluto everywhere, though. So
Right.
this is not like something, that we telling y'all. They are promoting Pluto everywhere. Everywhere I turn, I see Pluto on the bus, on the advertisement on the bus. You understand? So shout out to Pluto, man, for bringing that content to the people, man. Everybody don't have $5 or $10. So if you need looking for something, you know, free, there you go. There you
And
go.
right, Tim Windsor says, "Do any of you have Discovery Plus? My son called me the other day to watch an episode of there for Salisbury MD from 2010. Was my ex brother-in-law and his son's killing a girl and hiding her body?
Nah,
I don't know
nah,
nothing about that, but I don't got
nah. I don't
Discovery
have
Plus.
Discovery. No.
Yeah, I don't. But they merged with HBO. Tim Winslow, I know you know that." They merged the companies. Discovery has brought HBO, well, brought Warner Brothers, which owns Discovery Plus. So those two companies merged, and the word on the street is they're putting both companies together, and they're gonna create a new app So it's not going to be no more HBO Max. It's going to be whatever the new name is, and they're going to have both of them together. You know, but
Okay.
what I think is going to happen, I think Microsoft is going to buy them. That's what I think. I think Microsoft is going to acquire WBD, which is WB Warner Brothers Discovery, and it'll be whatever is going to be after the fact. But I don't have Discovery Plus, but
Yeah, I
they
don't have
already,
to.
yeah, they already being absorbed now into HBO Max. This is why all the movie cuts is happening right now. You know what I mean? And you know,
Hmm.
that's what's going on right now. So right now I think they operating separately, but in the near future, I mean like real soon, it's going to be one app. I probably predict probably the beginning of 2023 when you'll get the new app. But that's what I see is going on, you know, with that situation with that. But I
Right.
never really had an interest in Discovery, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I mean, back in the days when they had their little thing going on the cable, and you just go on the Discovery and see a couple of animal shows and whatever. But I wasn't a big fan. And the space shows is what I, you know, stuff when they talk about outer space. I was a big fan of that. But we got Gaia now, and we got Magellan apps to watch all of that stuff. And I'm a big fan into outer space and history and all that. So for people
Hmm.
that don't know what Gaia and Magellan, those are good apps to have if you putting on your Android boxes, your Nvidia Shields, your GS Kings, your B Links,
A
your
lot of people
mini
don't know nothing
PCs.
about this, man. That's why they need this channel, man. They don't
You
know
know,
nothing about it. They know about it now. Now you're gonna hear people talking about it because you didn't
yeah,
put the information out there. Because I never heard of it, you
yeah.
know. And yeah, this is gonna be a great show, King.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is this, like I said, I mean, I'm BNN. The name of my show is Infomaniacs, and you know what I am about information, and I like giving it out to the people. I don't like to hide information. You know, I like to give it out there for the people to make it better for us to, you know, as a community to embrace new ideas, new things. I mean, it's something like I said, it's a short sword shopping sword. It's the same
Hmm.
effect that I get when I'm on Brooklyn Core Cutters. We share a lot of information, we put it out there for the people, and people, you know, they grab it, they, you know, they
Yeah,
get at it, and
they're gonna.
they come back and give us feedback and say that, look, y'all did a good job. You know, there's a lot of content creators out there, and but y'all, you know, y'all gave us some ideas, and
Yeah,
you know, and it's a wonderful thing.
yeah. And that's the same thing. Jazzy said something down at the end there. She said something there.
Mm.
Okay, on
The
IG.
missing guy Daniel
Yeah,
Robinson is on
Robert Daniels.
ID.
Yeah, yeah, on ID.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
know about ID.
yeah.
Yep.
That's the Daniel Robinson. You know, he been looking for his son. You know, for a long time, a few years. Remember, I covered that story on my channel for a
Mm-hmm.
while. You know, but now he's on ID now. You know, that's what she's saying. You know,
Well, maybe you
yeah.
know, all well in love. Maybe maybe they saw something in the episode and
So
we
no, she's
gave them the
saying that
absolute.
it's on ID. I guess it's on ID right now. I guess they airing it. The airing is
Right,
on ID. Yeah, that's
right.
good that he's getting some, help. You know what I'm saying, to try to find his son, man. You know, his son been
Absolutely.
missing for years, man. You know, all praise, go out to him and his family, man.
Pray. You know,
Yeah,
pray on it. We got to pray on it. We living in some dark times. It's horrible out here. You know, it's scary when you have children. It's scary when you have relatives that need help. It's just it's and they're telling us that we enter a reception. I don't want to get too political, but we all know what's going on in the world today, and that's why we trying to have some things to just talk about entertainment, to brighten people's lives, and
yeah,
you know, watch movies, buy new contraptions, you know, tech talk, talk current events also, and you know, just try to put a smile on people's face. And at the same time, when the ladies come back, they're gonna be out here trying to help solve these horrific crimes that's been
yeah.
going on that the
Missing.
officers of the
Yeah,
law didn't solve yet.
yeah.
You know? That's something that we also bring on the other wing of our family that we try to bring, light to. Like I said, it's
Social
horrible out
awareness.
here.
I mean the
You
word
know,
social awareness.
Yep.
you know.
Yep.
And that's what we about the as the family. This is what we about. I don't I see some of our members ain't here. I'd like to give a shout out to Dre, you
Yep.
know, and all others that's down with the team.
Patty,
Patty,
Shrinking Sharon.
Shrinking Sharon, shout out to her. I hopefully
Yep.
I see you on the channel soon, and whatever, working your magic, and
We'll be back.
right, absolutely.
We'll
But
be back this week. This week, Sunday. If not Sunday, this Tuesday, we'll be back.
okay, this is
The
what I'm talking
following,
about.
well, this week is over, so y'all know either this Sunday or this Tuesday we'll be back.
Well, on like I say, and we gonna say this to say this. Just look out for the family. You thought you had 2 days a week, now you got three.
Yep.
Because King Webb is on here, and I'm the third spider leg of the team. I'm the
Hmm.
other tentacle. We got the tech, we got the news, and now we always had, the missing and all the stuff that we trying to solve, on the human being type thing. You feel me? But back to the show, I have another topic to talk about. It should be very interesting to a lot of people if you didn't know what's going on. There's been a lot of consolidation going on in the streaming game. A lot of companies is thinking about merging together. Bob Iger from Disney, who runs Disney, he was had a interesting talk a couple of days ago about which companies will survive the streaming wars, and he had some names that he put out there, and I was like, wow, I mean, I know Disney is doing well for themselves. Some people, there was something that was put out that they had bragged about that they had passed the almighty Netflix and streamer subscriptions, which is personally, if you really do the knowledge, that's not true. Disney puts a lot of their efforts into having the little deals that they put together, they bundles with the Disney, the Hulu, and the ESPN Plus. So when you have three of those, that counts. It's really one household, but they separated and counted as three. So apparently they have supposedly caught up to Netflix 221 million subscription service per people that sub to that group, and that's not really the case. There's a lot of double and triple dipping, but he had an interesting conversation. I think it was it. I don't know if it was Forbes or Bloomberg, but it was last week, and he had something saying about who was going to survive and who wasn't, and he named a couple of different streaming services, and he said um Netflix obviously was going to survive. They was going to survive. He also mentioned Hulu, of course, and who else did he mention? Because it was kind of funny that he was mentioning certain entities, but he didn't. Let's just say the ones he didn't mention was HBO Max. He said wasn't going to survive. He said um Paramount Plus wasn't survive. He said um Showtime wasn't gonna survive. He said Pluto. Matter of fact, let me take that back. He said Peacock wasn't gonna survive. That's who he said wasn't gonna survive. But he said everybody else they had a shot to survive. But the obvious he was saying them, Disney Plus, Netflix, and whatever the case may be, and which I thought was kind of unfair, but I think he has a point in a way that a lot of these smaller groups are gonna have to consolidate to survive. Netflix and Disney is taking up the marketplace. HBO also, I mean, they're coming in with 77.3 subscriptions on a bracket of the whole scheme of streaming in that world. So for him to exclude them was kind of funny, but I guess it was what he wanted to say. So based on what I'm saying, some news came out today, or matter of fact yesterday, that Paramount Global is thinking about having early discussions because they already have a deal that they're merging Showtime and Paramount Plus together for $9.99 for with the ads, for $14.99 with no commercials. And they both, under the same parent company, Paramount and all that, and CBS and all that, and also Viacom. And they're having early talks about mitigating and migrating the service as a whole into the whole Paramount Plus ecosystem. So they talking about taking Showtime and Paramount and putting it together and making it one. And it's funny that they doing this at this point or having early talks. It's not written in stone, but I think this will be like a ripple in the game, because I think smaller companies will start to do stuff like that, like an AMC. I mean, that was one of the lists he said wouldn't survive, and they'll start doing stuff like that. Also he said that Amazon will survive too with the Prime, and we also already know that Paramount and Walmart is coming out with a streaming service in um the same fashion that Amazon works, when you got the streaming service with the products, so you'll be able to stream on Walmart Plus, which will have content from Paramount Plus and Disney. Disney's getting on it. So when you get Walmart Plus, it'll have some things from Disney, and it'll have some stuff from Paramount, and you'll be able to order stuff the same way as Amazon. So, like I said, consolidation is going on. It's very real. I believe in the next 5 years, we probably see four companies out here still existing, and it's a battle for content. Um, Netflix has opened up the floodgates for other companies to take content off of them and start their own streaming services. Some of them I can see why they did it, because they were strong enough maybe to partake in it. Others, I think they rushed for a money grab personally. And now I think consolidation is going on, and I think it's inevitable. Just like the video games is consolidating, just like regular TV is consolidating, and every other thing is consolidating. But to have Paramount Plus and um Showtime to combine together, I mean, remains to be seen. Maybe we have a new service. Maybe it'd be $15.99. They're already doing it now. They're trying it out now, and I think it operates mainly in October, but they having discussions about it. So we could say maybe in 2023, it won't be no more Showtime, and it just be Paramount Plus with the all the content from Showtime inside of Paramount Plus. I just like to say, Brooklyn, what you think about consolidation and all these smaller companies coming together? And I
I
like your
think,
views on it too,
yeah, I
Skull.
think that's a good thing. That's main to be seen. I would love to see what's going to happen in the future. You know, I think it might be a good thing that we just got to wait and see. What you saying sound real good. I like the information that you're putting out. You see, I'm sit here, I'm glued to what you're saying. It makes a lot of sense and whatnot. So yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see how it turns out. You know, because I'm a fan of all of them, Hulu, Netflix, and Netflix I got rid of. Everybody know how where I stand about Netflix. All this price gouging and all this stuff. I really ain't with all that. When they do put out a service, they gotta put out a service that people can afford it. Don't give us something and then now you see that you on top and now you want to get greedy and then now everybody
Right.
and then now you want to raise it to $20 and stuff like that. It ain't gonna work because a lot of
But
people don't understand that we control the streaming area, the streaming industry. You
Going
understand?
off what you were
Oh,
saying, Brooklyn.
let me finish. We
Okay.
control the streaming industry. Now, I want people to understand that. You know, we say what goes. You know, if we don't like something, we don't have to pay for it. Like when Netflix did that move, I dropped Netflix, and now and then over time, I'm hearing a whole lot of people drop Netflix because we control the streaming area. You understand what I'm saying? So if we don't like something, we just won't pay for it. But a lot of people, you know, I hope that they can watch this video and see that, you know, it's all about the end users. It's all about the people. You understand? You're gonna put something out there. Put something out there that's affordable for all. You know, and don't be greedy and price gouging a year or two down the line. All right, play this. Yeah, play this.
I was thinking about this, going off from what you're saying. Do you think there'd be more so price gouging if all of them were combined into one, when we have less to choose from?
Nah, just that if they're gonna combine them, they got to make sure that it's affordable. You see what I'm saying? Don't combine them and say, well, we're gonna combine them and now we're gonna charge $30 for the service. No one is gonna purchase it. Then it's gonna fall. Now, if you combine them and you put them at a price point from $12 to $13, you might make some money. But if you go and you think that you're gonna capitalize because you combined it three service and want to charge people $30 for it, it's not gonna happen. I don't see it.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say I could see in a way why Netflix is doing something of this nature, because what separates them from others is a lot of them are banking on a lot of the reason why a lot of content is off of Netflix. It made them the market leader by a landslide, and other people start taking content from them that was already made up. So what happened was Netflix said, you know what, we're all the way up. Let's invest in us and let's start spending money and making original stuff, and they was the ones and the leaders of making new IPs, making new shows, movies, and all of that. And then
Yeah,
everybody else started making new stuff. You know, they was doing it on a low level because they had it on regular broadcast TV. But the streaming thing, you got to pay millions upon millions to get people from, you know, famous actors to come onto your platform. So I guess them doing that originally more than everybody else, it was a lot to play, a lot to pay, and a lot for them to take on. And then at the same time, think of where Netflix came from, right? A lot of people shared their app around. They were taking mad losses.
yeah,
Like,
I
you,
understand.
I'm here because I'm I'm in North Carolina, and my family in North Carolina, I could give them my whole joint and everybody on it.
Yeah,
So
but let me
they
ask you
looking
a
at the
question.
numbers and they like, that's crazy.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question. But do you think it's worth it? Because you see how many people that they lost. You see how much money that they lost. So where did it balance?
Well,
They
to
lost a
be
lot.
honest, they did, but they didn't
You
lose
in the
what they
streaming news, King. You see
right,
the
right.
numbers.
I saw the numbers, but they didn't lose what everybody thought they was gonna lose. And a lot of people, they lost that because of that one with them kids, the cuties. That's when they lost. In the pandemic, they was a beast. But when they put out that one with them little girls dancing wild, they lost a lot of people.
Right.
And one thing about Netflix, they don't care. They putting everything out. If you live an alternative lifestyle sexually, if you black power, if you Anglo-Saxon, if you queer, they put it out there, and they don't let nobody tell them nothing, which is what people gravitate towards Netflix for, because they ain't nobody cover every angle than them. But
Yeah,
I
but
think when they
I
put
cut
that out there
some
with them
out.
kids, it really hurt their
But I cut them
brand.
out. I cut them out because you know, just because you on top, you know, you can't take advantage of people. Me, I felt like they were taking advantage of us. You know, especially
Yeah,
you know, as consumers. You know,
yeah.
they want to raise it when they feel like raising it, and I don't think that that's good. You know, and you know, to do that. You know, if you're gonna make a price, make the price. and leave it for a little while. Don't say, oh, okay, I'm the giant now, so we're gonna raise it, you know, and through a pandemic, you want to raise it through a pandemic, whereas a lot of people out of work, a lot of people sitting home with nothing to watch, and everybody watching Netflix. They looking at the numbers and oh, we up there now, so let's raise it some more and let's get some more from the people. That wasn't I feel that that wasn't the right time for them to do that. You know, through a pandemic. If they're gonna raise it, wait till the economy get back up on its feet, and then if you want to raise it, then you do it. They did it through a pandemic. You know, whereas a lot of people it wasn't ain't working, and people still are not on out there working. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that don't do it. That was a wrong timing to me to raise their prices and then follow the leader. You see Netflix want to raise, then you see Hulu want to raise, then you see the next one want to raise. Then everybody want to follow suit off of Netflix raising, and they want to raise up theirs.
Well,
You know,
Disney Plus is going up too.
that's what
They
I'm saying.
got
Everybody want to go up and do it, but see, I don't know. That's why I say we as people we control the streaming. We control what's in and what's out. You understand? Because all we gotta do is just come on live and talk, have shows like this, and say, well, we ain't having it. Then you get a couple of million people dropping off the service. You know how it is, kids. Once we talk about something, man, we got a lot of followers. We got a lot of people that agree to what we talk about. You see, Jackie said, I agree at Brooklyn Cord Cutters. They agree what we saying. Through a pandemic, man, it's not no time for to be talking about that. Raising prices on people when people can't even put milk in the refrigerator, bro. You get what I'm saying? Come on, man. People got
okay.
kids. People
Absolutely.
got 5 or 6 kids. Putting food on the table. They
Absolutely.
got and kids are home all day long, and they want to capitalize off it. I ain't agreeing with that, bro.
I feel you. But on a funny note, I just want to move to the side so Jazzy can see my my window,
Oh,
my mirror that she
what
always
you
crack on
say?
me about
Oh,
and whatnot. But I have one last topic, which is a few topics in between, and it deals with gaming because we like to do the gaming over here too. We big on the gaming thing. So
and shout
my
out to
whole
Tim
thing.
Windsor first. He said good night to everybody. Good night, Tim Windsor. We
Shout
appreciate
out
Nice.
to Tim
you,
Winslow.
yeah,
Yeah,
stopping by.
yeah, we appreciate you stopping by, Tim Winslow. Shout out to you. Thanks for the support. Appreciate it much. Since we was talking about well, this is a two-part question because first I'm gonna talk about what I got to highlight out of it the past couple of days that I don't know if the people out there seen it. Yesterday, Nintendo had a Nintendo Direct where they were showing all their games. So they showed a lot of new games and a lot of people enjoyed it. And I was happy for some of the things I seen because Nintendo's kid friendly. But I was surprised to see. I was waiting for the new Breath of the Wild 2 by Nintendo with Zelda, but they happened to show another Zelda game, and it was called the Tear of a Kingdom, and it looked very good. So I'm waiting on that, and they also gave us a date on that, and that was 5/13 2023. So I'm waiting on that. At the same time, because the Nintendo joint came out earlier in the day, I think it was 12 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. No, 10 o'clock. It dropped in the Eastern time. And that was good. But at time of PlayStation had one. And that PlayStation one, I liked it. I'm all Xbox. Everybody knows me for that, but I'm a gamer first. And they came out with a lot of games. I think the show, me personally, I think it was a 7. I don't know how many people seen it. I think it was a 7 because a lot of their stuff was in first party. The only first party game they had out there was the God of War, which looked magnificent. I'm not gonna lie. I think that game is gonna do numbers and it's crazy. But a lot of the games they show, a lot of them games are going to Xbox. So it's a multi-plat show. And Sony hasn't shown they showcase. This was the state of play. So state of play is usually when you show your games that's coming to y'all and your third party or whatever the case may be. But a lot of stuff that they showed was multi-plat. Today I watched Xbox indie show, which was nothing that everybody needed to be like the big bangers from Xbox was going to come out, because it was indie. It was indie, indie games, the smaller games, the stuff that we like, guys that, not big budget games, or all, the 1A, double A games and whatever the case may be. And there was a couple of interesting jewels in there. But I think the Sony State of Play was good, like I said. And the Xbox show was decent for indies. I'm big in the indies, and I had a chat with somebody online when I was on. It was being streamed by IGN Games, and I was talking with a guy, and a lot of people was hating on indies, and I was like, "Why are you hating on indies? They getting more and more advanced, and at the same time, they add in more newer IPs than the big dogs. A lot of the big dogs get remasters and remakes." And sometimes, in 13 years, you're tired of seeing the same game get remade 3 times. Last of Us, one, and we're tired of that. We like to see new things, and whatever the case may be. So, what I'm trying to say, I'm glad they're showcasing a lot. There's another big showcase for all those that don't know. It's tomorrow. There might be a way to watch it 5 in the morning, which I might check out because it's in Tokyo, the Tokyo game fest showcase, and as a lot of it's going to be Microsoft games with their partners. So those that like Microsoft, they'll be showing a lot of games that's getting developed for them for the Microsoft ecosystem. So that's something that you need to check out. It's been a big thing about Microsoft not getting a lot of Japanese games. So Phil Spencer will be there, and my girl, I can't forget her name because I love her to death. She's like the best. I forgot her name. Terrible. And she'll be over there, and they'll be promoting the games that's from Japan, Tokyo, and Korea that's going to Xbox Pass at present and in the future. And that's something to check out. So I hope everybody tune in for the Tokyo games showcase tomorrow, and they check that out and enjoy it. As for Sony, I'm very angry at them. As of lately, they have been very anti-consumer with raising their prices. It hasn't affected any people's in the USA, but raising your PS5 $50 to the rest of the world, I think that's a travesty. I think $70 games are a travesty. I think people that want to do cross pay and you raise the money so they can't play cross pay against people with Xbox, I think that's a travesty, charging developers. And I'm tired of remakes and remasters. But quality, I will never knock them on quality. They get busy. I just think some of their practices are bad. I hope one day they'll turn it around. I think that's another area that's going on with gaming today. A lot of consolidation is going on. We all know that Xbox is acquiring Activision, and that's a real big thing because it's Call of Duty. A lot of people focusing on Call of Duty, but I don't think you should focus on Call of Duty. I think you should be looking at the mobile department because the King division makes a lot of money. Candy Crush made 831 million in 6 months. So I don't think they should be worried about Call of Duty. Even though Sony made Activision made 1.3 billion off of Call of Duty off of Sony. But I just like to say on the gaming space, everybody needs to do better, and they need to appreciate gaming the way it is. I love different games. I'm a retro guy, and I just like to see what the people on the panel like to talk about when it comes to gaming, and what's their favorite devices and their favorite apps, and what are their favorite games that they do like.
I like my GPD. I've been messing around with that lunchbox as of late.
Oh, that's what you like?
Yeah.
I seen you show
Oh.
that before.
Mm-hmm. I like
BK.
the handhelds, man. The
Okay.
handhelds is where it's at for me.
Well, y'all know I like all units, man. I like Xbox, I like PlayStation, I like retro. I'm not just a one game person. I like
Absolutely.
all type of games. Right now I'm playing what I got right here. I
Not,
got no, I got I'm playing my Xbox 360. I'm playing NASCAR.
I knew you was gonna say that because you've been riding that wave hard.
Yeah, I'm out
That's
in
what's up.
NASCAR. But I switches up. I got all the units. I got a lot of games. I got all type of handheld stuff. I got a lot of stuff, King. I'm not just one game person. I like everything, man. Retro,
Right.
PlayStation, Xbox. I
Tell
do
you
it
what,
all. Bro.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm big into it. I play everything. Especially retro. I'm into the Dreamcast. PlayStation 1, 2. Some old school stuff like Neo Geo, um all the Ataris 2600 all the way to the 7800. And I'm a big fan of the regular Nintendo, the Super Nintendo. Yeah, actually I was playing Tecmo Ball from the first Nintendo, and I got a real kick out of that. I have Xbox. I don't have a PlayStation. I'm considering it. I don't know if I want to buy one right now. Maybe I'll wait. Maybe I'll get a jailbroken PS4. Who knows? But I'm big into gaming. A lot of us on our team in the family, we all into that. I know True, she has a lot of games on her devices and whatnot, and we like to play. We like to play games. I mean, we're multi-media, dimensional device, team on this side of the fence.
We do it
All of us,
all.
we do it all. Me, Brooklyn, True, Dre. If Dre was here, he could let you know of the games that he play. Sometimes we play together, you
Yep.
know, and we just have a ball. These are the things that we like to do. And right now, like I said, I'm covering the news. I appreciate everybody that showed up tonight. I want to end it on this note and let my brothers shine. Skull, you have anything to say as we leave?
um, we should like it would be helpful to help his algorithm. Share out the show, comment below, and everyone should have a blessed day.
And my guy Brooklyn, the big homie of the real big homies.
Yeah, King, I appreciate you having me on the platform, man. Great show. I want you to keep it up, man. Stay consistent, man. This is going to be great for the community, bro. I really enjoyed myself tonight. And if everybody out there that's gonna watch this show, that's watching the show and is gonna watch the replay, man, make sure that you thumb it up and make sure that you leave a comment below. And make sure you also subscribe to Brooklyn in the Family. We got the women over there with the true crimes and the missing. We do it all. This is just another swing off of what the family do. I want everybody to have a blessed night. And thanks again, King. Keep it up.
I appreciate it. Like I said, I like to shout out to everybody in the community. I appreciate everybody showing up for the show. This is a big thing for me, and I appreciate it. I love seeing people in the chat. I love y'all, the family, and those in the community. Shout out to y'all. This is another show. This is Infomaniacs, aka BNN, and I'm out. God bless and good night.